Hello everyone. Today we will see new topic, that is axial flow reaction turbine or propeller and Kaplan turbine. Before going to this topic, let's see first what is meant by the axial flow turbine. Axial flow means flow of water parallel to the axis of the shaft over the runner. So here you can see a simple diagram of the axial flow reaction turbine. This is the shaft, and from here the water is going to come inside the runner blade. If the flow of water is parallel to the axis of the shaft, then it is known as the axial flow turbine. In axial flow turbine, we are going to see propeller and a Kaplan turbine. So propeller is a turbine in which the runner vanes are fixed and they are not adjustable. These are the runner blades or runner vanes. These are not adjustable in case of the propeller turbine. Next one is a Kaplan turbine. Kaplan turbine is basically a modified version of a propeller turbine in which these runner vanes are adjustable, and it is named after an Australian engineer, Professor Victor Kaplan. These axial flow turbines, they are suitable for large quantity of water available, and also if the low head is available. Main parts of the axial flow turbine is scroll casing, guide vane mechanism, which actually guides the flow of water towards this runner blade. Next one is a hub with the runner blades. These are adjustable in case of Kaplan and they are fixed in case of the propeller. Next one is a draft tube. As the pressure inside this turbine is not constant, and at this exit of the runner the pressure may drops below the atmospheric pressure, we need this draft tube so that water will come out easily from this turbine. Here in a axial flow turbine, runner blades are normally only 3 to 6 in numbers. The advantage of this less number of runner blade is that this reduces the friction resistance due to less surface contact of water with the vane. As there are very less number of vanes are available, water will be in a contact, the contact of the water with this vane is less. So due to that, the frictional resistance will also get reduced. This is what the advantageous part of the axial flow turbine. Water from the penstock enters into this scroll casing and then moves to the guide vane. From this guide vane, water turns to 90 degree and flow axially through this runner and then will get discharged through the draft tube. The discharge through the runner is obtained as Q is equal to pi by 4 dO square minus dB square into Vf1. So here you can see this is the area from where the discharge is going to or water is going to flow. From this diagram you can see this is the dB, that means the diameter of the hub. Its top view is shown over here, that is this is the diameter of the hub, which is denoted by dB. So we can write dB as diameter of hub, and DO is the outer diameter of the runner. So where the runner blade will end, that is what the DO is, outer diameter of runner. So basically the water will flow from this shaded area, and this area, if we want to find it, we have to use the formula, that is pi by 4 dO square minus pi by 4 dB square. So if we take the pi by 4 common out of the common, then we will get pi by 4 dO square minus dB square into the velocity of the flow. Here in axial flow turbine, U1 is equal to U2, that is U and that will be equal to pi dO n upon 60. If we are considering that water is going to flow from here, so this tip and this tip both are at the same distance from the axis of the shaft. So due to that, the inlet blade velocity and outlet blade velocity both will be same. If we are taking it at the outermost diameter, then we are supposed to use pi dO n upon 60. If in particular case, if it is said that take the average distance, then in that case we have to find the average diameter, mean diameter. So at that time your formula will be pi dm, that is mean diameter, n upon 60, and this mean diameter will be equal to dO plus dB by 2. Also, in case of the axial flow turbine, it is considered that flow velocity remains constant. That means Vf1 is equal to Vf2. The another terminology related to the axial flow turbine is the ratio of width to diameter, and it is denoted by n, and the value will be equal to diameter of the hub to the outer diameter of the runner. Now here the work done is for the Kaplan turbine is equal to rho Q VW1 plus VW2 into U, as U1 and U2 are same. So from here we can write the hydraulic efficiency is equal to VW1 plus VW2 into U divided by GH. As rho Q will get cancelled. Again we can modify this equation to VW1 plus VW2 into U by G divided by H. Now we know very well that this is the work head. So we can write this work head as total head, net head available minus the discharge head, that is V2 square by 2G and divided by H. So this can be the another formula for hydraulic efficiency, which can be used for both Kaplan turbine and the Francis turbine. Speed ratio, that is Ku, and this is equal to U upon under root of 2GH. Another one is flow ratio, that is Kf is equal to Vf divided by under root of 2GH. Thank you.